Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. I got a play for you guys here today. I want to start off with some of my favorite setups in these videos every day just to give you guys some golden nuggets, something to pay attention to, something to look at. The one I like, this trade is like, I took it last week. It's literally one of my favorite trades. As of right now, it's Cetus. Cetus is a liquidity provider for the SUI network. So the way it works is when SUI goes up, and we are believing that SUI is going to go up simply because it has this green dot here on the weekly. So when SUI goes up, normally all of the altcoins on its chain will go up. So Cetus is a protocol built on SUI. I explained to you guys before. A lot of you have heard me talk about Aerodrome Finance. This was one of our best trades this year. We were getting in, I think, right here around June at around 60 cents. It ended up going all the way up to 160, 170. That was almost a 200% move there. It's pulled back. But with Aerodrome Finance, this project, right, Aerodrome Finance is a liquidity provider, but it is for the base network. So there's different blockchains that are available, right? So base is its own, and Aerodrome does what Cetus does for the base network, and then Cetus does what Aerodrome does, but for the SUI network. So if you're bullish on SUI, okay, and there's a lot of institutional backing of SUI. There's a lot of ETFs launching and things like that happening. So institutions are getting involved in SUI, and Cetus is a protocol. And just look how bullish this looks, guys. I think there was another exchange I was looking at here. Let's go to OK. Yeah, so you could see every time this wave comes down here and gives you a green dot, it's been a great time to buy, except maybe right there at 10. It popped up to 15 and then dumped. But this thing is literally down here at the 2023 lows. So what I did is I actually staked mine in a liquidity pool on the SUI network. I have a video in the Discord on how I did it. But pretty much it allows you to earn APY. I just really like the project. Staking it or not, I think you could make a lot of money here on this over the next 1 to 6 months, because this was as high as 50 cents. Guys, if this goes back to 50 cents, okay, this is one of probably the most important project on the SUI network. So if you're bullish on SUI, you should be bullish on something like Cetus. So if it goes back, say it goes back to 50 cents, from where it sits right now, guys, that's over a 1,400, almost 1,500% return, meaning 1,500%. So if you put in $100,000 into this thing and it goes all the way up there to 50 cents again, just back where it was in 2024, right? This time last year, it was at 50 cents. Now it's at the bottom. If that goes back up there, you put 100,000 in, or even 10,000. Let's just use 100,000 for example. You would make $1.5 million if it goes from 3 cents back to 50 cents, which I think is totally possible. So our whole strategy is based on data, right? We like to buy when the wave's down here, giving us a green dot, and we want to sell when the wave is up here. And we're talking about a weekly chart here. Okay, we have a couple different strategies. We use the monthly, the daily, and the weekly, but you can tell just on a weekly chart here how easy it is to read. You should have been buying right here in July of 2024 at 5 cents. You made 1,000% on that trade. You could have bought right here at around 10 and it popped up to 25. That was a 150% move. Now you have the opportunity to buy it right down here, the same level we were at back here in 2023. And I mean, like I said, if this just goes back to 30 cents, that's a 10x trade. I think this is the easiest 10x trade, 10x setup I have ever seen in my entire life. Okay, and I'm not just saying that because I took the trade. I'm saying that because that's what the chart says. If you bought back here and sold up here or sold right here, you guys made a lot of money. And you're getting the same opportunity right now. Okay, and I actually took my SUI off my profile. I'm invested heavily in SUI and Cetus. I like both of those projects. I really like the SUI network. And SUI has a green dot as well. Again, if you were buying this green dot right here in April, you were buying at 2, it went up to 450. This one back here in August of 2024, 80 cents, all the way up to 542. So one thing I just want to point out, guys, before we get into your chart requests, is the fact that these signals here, these green dots on the weekly chart, do not come around every day. Right? You could see the last time, and I'm talking about the ones with the wave down here. I guess we got one right here. This was back in July, so it's now December. So you got July, August, September, October, November, December. That came 6 months ago, guys. 6 months. You remember what you were doing 6 months ago? Hopefully you were buying the dip. Okay, same thing back here in April. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That was 9 months ago. Okay. And then this was back here in August of 2024, which was about a year and a half ago. So I just want to make it utterly clear, okay, that the signals on the weekly and the monthly chart are the most accurate signals that you can get, okay, for a buying opportunity. I talked to a financial advisor who's actually my dad's financial advisor. I went with my dad to go meet with him. I think this was like 2 years ago, and he said something that stuck with me. There is one time a year that is a good time to buy every year, okay? So that's talking about stocks and cryptocurrencies based on the waves. 1 or 2 times a year, okay? If you go all the way back here, 2025, where should we have been buying? We should have bought right here in April. Shouldn't have bought up here in December, January, because the wave was up here. But here in April, you could have bought right there. Boom. You were buying Chainlink at 1280. Okay, and you could have bought right here in June, right there at same price, 1280. Okay, buy, sell. Okay, and then wait for the reset. So just keep that in mind. Again, I'm just here to share information with you guys, share my thoughts, collect your guys' thoughts. If we can get this video to 300 likes, by the way, I will give away 100 XRP. 300 likes on this video, and I will give away 100 XRP to somebody down in the comment section below. So, yeah, Cetus, I think looks good. Sui also looks very good. I have both of those staked in a liquidity pool. If we got time today, I'll kind of talk about that, but I really want to get through more of your guys' chart requests over here. We left off yesterday at APT here from Slow Train, and if you guys got chart requests, just get them over here inside the Discord under the chart request thread. I do these videos every single day to answer your guys' requests. I'm here to help you guys. We have enough members now to where I'm a full-time trader, full-time podcaster, full-time doing this. So I'm very grateful, and I'm just here to give you guys my time and my insight and, my thoughts. None of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor or a licensed security broker. I'm just a guy on YouTube that likes to read the charts, okay? Everything that we do here on this channel, guys, is based on 3 things: logic, data, and discipline, okay? I would say data and discipline. I mean, they all 3 are important, right? But the data is what we use to place our entries and exits, right? If you don't know where to buy and don't know where to sell, you shouldn't be investing. These indicators, right, give us that opportunity to get an idea, right? We're never going to time the exact bottom. We're never going to time the exact top. But our goal here is to get as close as possible, right? We don't want to time the exact top. We want to get out into that top. And we want to buy right down here in this area. Okay, right now I think we're coming out of despair on a lot of these altcoins. A lot of them are starting to kind of turn the corner here, and I think it's going to be a really, really good 2026 for investors. And we've been in the trenches the last couple of months, holding the line. Okay, Warren Buffett says it best: if you're not willing to hold something through a 50% drop, don't buy it, don't own it. So unfortunately, a lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot, but a handful of people have quit. Have canceled their memberships and things like that. But that's the name of the game, right? Not everybody can be successful at trading and investing, okay? A lot of people get emotional and then they give up and then they go try to find the next shiny object. That's not what we're doing here. We have a plan and we stick to it, okay? If you guys do not have a set of trading rules, okay, again, logic, data, and discipline. You guys can come read these. I cover these on Friday's videos. I have a full free trading course over here. If you guys are new, you guys can go watch these. And of course, you can get access to all the indicators we're going to talk about here today under the trading indicator tab over here inside the Discord by clicking on that link. But we have a strategy, right? We're not day traders. All of our trades are for 1 to 6 months out, okay? We are swing traders. We are not day traders. This is not a get-rich-quick strategy. This is a buy-and-hold strategy. Again, I told you before. The last time Sui on the weekly chart had a green dot with the blue wave down here, right? We want to buy when the blue wave is down here because that tells us that people are fearful. Okay, it was back here in July. That was 6 months ago, guys. Again, these signals do not come every single day. They don't come around. They take 6 months, 5, 6, 7 months every single year, right? To show up. That's why I'm really excited right now, because right now is a great time to be planting seeds, right? If we look at ourselves as farmers, we should be putting seeds in the ground right now. And when a farmer plants a seed, he doesn't dig it up every single day to look at it and see if it's growing, right? We're putting them in the ground, and then again, our time frame is that 1 to 6 month period. So you guys can read these trading rules over here. I also have a doc over here that tells you how to trade each signal. We have golden dots, monthly alerts, weekly alerts, daily alerts, 4-hour alerts. I cover all that inside my trading course over here. So if you guys are new, watch this. There's like 7 or 8 videos, and that'll pretty much tell you what we're looking for on the charts. This is a chart request video, so this is for our members, people who already understand the strategy, or maybe you're a little new to it. But again, I try to talk about all this stuff as we're hitting this. So it's very important you understand the strategy. And again, if you do not have a plan, a trading plan, an investing plan, eventually your emotions will take over and you will fail. Okay, you can't let emotion get in the way. That's why we don't say we base our trades off of emotion, data, and discipline. It's logic, data, and discipline. Logic and emotion are two opposite things. They're two different parts of the brain. When you're investing, when you're trading, when you're making financial decisions like this, you got to think logically and not emotionally. Okay, so that's what we try to do here, folks. And I'm grateful for all you. Again, if we can get this video to 300 likes, I will give away 100 XRP to somebody down in the comments. So make sure you smash the like, drop a comment, and again, if we hit 300 likes, I will choose someone down from the comment section. Let's start right here with slow train for APT. APT is a cryptocurrency you're talking about. That does not have the green dot yet, but this thing's been hit very hard. I got stopped out of this one around $2.80. I think I took the trade on the golden dot, but you could see that was the low from over here at 340, and it broke that low. That's why you see this big liquidation, this big leg down. So if you still believe in this project, the reason I got stopped out at 380 was because I just didn't really know too much about it. So I personally right here would rather own something like Cetus, because why? Cetus didn't break its all-time low. Right? If we go to a different exchange here on like OKT, it didn't break down and make an all-time low. It's coming into support. Whereas something like APT, and maybe I have to check a different. Okay, so this is the same thing. Binance, you can see this was the low from 2022. So again, this thing's sitting right around a 3-year low. So again, as all of retail, as everyone's talking about bear market, it's all over, all this stuff is happening, right? You have super bullish Fed monetary policy happening, right? They're injecting liquidity into the market. That hasn't happened since 2020. But you also have all these altcoins sitting literally at their 1, 2, 3, 4-year lows, right? I talked about Polkadot today on TikTok. Polkadot's at a 5.5-year low. The lowest price. Same thing with APT here. You're buying it down here at the 2022 low. So the lowest price in 3.5 years. So if you're going to come to me and say, right, is this a good time to buy APT? Well, you're buying it at the lowest price in 3 years. So hopefully you believe in the project and you know the project and you understand the project. Because if for example, if Tesla was down here, right? If Tesla was down here at its 3-year low, let's go all the way back to 2020. 3-year low was $100. Would you buy Tesla down here at $100? You probably would, right? If you believed in Tesla and you thought it was going to be, you know, it was going to be successful over the long term, you would want to buy at a 3-year low. Right? That's the same thing with a lot of these alts. And that's why I'm just extremely bullish on altcoins. And yes, they're not going to go straight up. Nothing goes straight up. This right here took from August all the way up here to December. That was a 4-month hold, right? It's not going from here to here tomorrow, but over time, right? If we're using our signals, as long as the dot is green, we're going up. So just make sure you know what you're buying and you understand it. If you don't know or understand what you're buying, like APT, I bought it and I didn't feel that good about it because I just didn't know enough about it, right? And that's why eventually I got stopped out of it. I got emotional because I didn't believe in it. I didn't believe in it because I wasn't educated on it. Does that make sense? So, yeah, APT, I'd be a buyer. It's at the 3-year low on that next weekly dot that you get there. LAB, this looks like a stock, and it does have a green dot on the monthly, so it looks like a penny stock. I'd just be buying these daily alerts, or the daily alerts now. So again, our main strategy is if it's green on the monthly, that tells us that it's going up over the next 1 to 6 months. Right? So when it's green on the monthly, what we look for is pullbacks on the daily, like you got right here. That was a great time to buy right down there at $1. Again, we don't really mess with penny stocks here. Penny stocks are just companies that have very low revenue and they're trading under $10. But if you like that one, I just wait for a daily alert. Here's USAR. Had a huge move. Look at that. Red dot on the weekly back there in October around 32, all the way back down here to 11. It is trying to turn the corner here, but besides that move right there, this thing's very choppy. So I would be in here probably on the daily chart. Same thing as your other request. I think that was LAB. Just looking for the daily. So the last daily came right here on November 26th at around $12. You can see that is the clear support right there. So it looks like a very volatile coin. Or not coin, but stock. Okay, our target's always up here in the red zone. I just make sure that one holds on to 1150, but I wouldn't buy it unless I get a green dot here on the daily. If you're holding it, obviously wait for the red dot in the red zone. That's our sell strategy. XVG. XVG Verge. I'm guessing you're talking about the crypto. Verge has a green dot on the monthly. This thing hasn't gone anywhere in 3 years. It did go back up here to 8 cents a while back. I just think there's some better names to own. I'd rather own Cetus than XVG if you're talking about the crypto. NXRA. Crypto, Nexaria. Again, hasn't really gone anywhere in the last year. Sitting at an all-time low. So if you believe in it, I would buy the asset at an all-time low if you believe in the project. Hopefully you believe in it. It's not just a meme coin. Ondo I like a lot. Okay, Ondo has a green dot there on the weekly, just like it got back here 6 months ago in July at 77. It did pop up to 120. That was a really big sissy move there, and now it's sold off to 50. So again, we called this out right here at 80. It did have a 30% move to the upside. If you didn't take profits, you're still holding. I would look to average down here. So if you bought it here at 80 and it's down here at 50, you could buy more at 50 and get your average cost down to like 60. That way, when this wave comes back up here, not right here, but like way up here on the weekly, you'll be ready to sell. That thing was up there at $2. If this goes back to its all-time high at 2, Ondo here, you're talking about a 400% or 500% move to the top, okay, about 315. So I would be a buyer of Ondo here based on the weekly. We got Jasmy. Jasmy's also green here on the weekly. So I like Jasmy down here at 0.007. Again, had a big sissy move right here in July and then sold all the way off here. Okay. I would wait for the monthly or the weekly. Obviously, this thing's sitting again at a 2 to 3 year low right now. So I'm going to be bullish on Jasmy here based on the weekly. I would be buying Jasmy if I believed in it. Aerodrome doesn't have its signal yet, but it is trying to build a base right here at around 57. So the monthly's pointing down. Honestly, guys, I'd rather buy Cetus. I'd rather buy Cetus. So just to put this into perspective for you guys, okay, I'm going to go out on the limb and say that Sui is probably the fastest growing blockchain out there. Out of all of the networks, maybe besides Ethereum, I would say Cetus is probably number 1 or 2 based on growth right now. Okay, you got some signals coming in here at the end of the day. Beautiful. But, that's my train of thought. Okay, Cetus is the same thing as Aerodrome, right? Well, let's just compare their market caps here, okay? This is where it gets crazy, okay? You look at Aerodrome Finance and pay attention to the market cap, okay? This is a $596 million market cap, okay? That's how much this project is worth. That's tied up in this project, okay? 596,000, or I'm sorry, million. You look at Cetus. Cetus is the same thing as Aerodrome, but on the fastest growing blockchain out there right now, in my opinion. I think Sui is the fastest growing, and I'm sure there's metrics that can measure this stuff. I'm just going to say, based off what I see on social media, I think Sui is the fastest growing blockchain right now. Look at their market cap. Okay, so a market cap of 26 million compared to 600 million. Let's just do some math here, some quick math. So let's just say okay, let's just say this. So if this goes to a $260 million market cap, which would be about half of what Aerodrome is worth, that would be a 10x trade, meaning you make 10 times on your money. Okay, if it catches Aerodrome and goes to a $600 million market cap, that's like a 30x. So if you put in $2,000 here and you multiply that by 30, that'd be like a 3,000% move if it caught up to it in market cap, right? You turn $2,000 into $60,000 if that happened, and it's very doable. Okay, it's very doable to go from a $26 million market cap to right, a $600 million market cap. That's not out of the picture, right? It would just have to catch this in market cap, okay? But if we wanted to do a 30x on this, right, a 30x would mean this would be a $50 billion market cap. It's a lot easier to go to 600 million than it is to go to 60 billion, right? Because you need to inject $60 billion into the asset, okay? And I think 60 billion would only be a 10x. So my whole point is I think Cetus is very undervalued at a $26 million market cap. It's technically like a penny stock, okay? It's technically like a penny stock compared to Aerodrome. I just think Cetus is the trade, man. I think Cetus is the trade. I wouldn't take Aerodrome here. I do like Aerodrome. Aerodrome, again, is what Cetus is for Sui on the base network. Now, the base network is also a very fast and up-and-coming blockchain, right? Coinbase, that's their layer 1. So it's also a very good project. I'm not knocking Aerodrome. What I'm saying is if you compare the market caps, which is very important to understand, Cetus is the play. Okay, because they do the same thing. They do the same thing just for different blockchains. And in my opinion, Sui is the fastest growing blockchain out there right now. VSA. Again, penny stock, guys. Don't put penny stocks, please. Let's stop with the penny stocks. Yeah, 87 cents. It's down. It's on the ground. It's on the floor. There's not much I can tell you. Okay, GDRX. We want to buy good quality projects here, guys. We don't want to buy meme coins or penny stocks or anything like that. Like our strategy, this is for good quality names, good quality projects, companies that actually make at least $1 billion in revenue. Right? GoodRx makes 200 million. I actually have GoodRx in my portfolio. It's down here at what, 279. It's got a green dot on the weekly, so I bought this one around $3.50, I believe. I'm down pretty good on it. So right now would be a good place to actually add to the position if you believe in it. I do think GoodRx is going to get bought out. I think that's going to be our payday, is if they get bought out by a bigger healthcare company. PRO, I would add to GDRX down here at 3 if you're down more than 20% on it. Proppy, PRO, that's got the weekly. We're sitting right here at the low from April. Also the low from back here in 2024. It's got the weekly signal, so not a bad place to add right there at 24. We got Boeing, BA, good request. See, Boeing's a huge company, big company. I like these requests, okay? Not a crap coin, not a poo-poo coin, not a fart coin, but a good quality company that literally makes $23 billion a quarter. Okay, they're not going anywhere. And you can see how the monthly's starting to reverse here. $200 is an interesting level here. I would have rather bought it right here on the daily, down here in November at $1.80. Nice pop up. It's got the red dot there on the daily. That's a tough one. This is a tough one. If you're going to play it, I would use a stop loss at 180. If it breaks back down below 180, we're probably going back down here to 140. But as long as 180 holds, I like it. It's got the weekly signal here, right? The larger time frames, the larger charts take precedent over the smaller time frames like the daily. So in order for this one to remain bullish, it just needs to hold up above that support level where we bounced back here in November. Not my favorite trade right now. USAR, we just covered. EIGN. Okay, I just want to tell you guys, I may or may not be dropping a video tomorrow. My wife and I are leaving tomorrow, but we're leaving earlier in the day, so I'm hoping I can hop on in the morning and get another video recorded for you guys. But just know that there's a chance that might not happen. Videos will continue as normal on Tuesday if there's no video tomorrow. And again, if we can get this video to 300 likes, I'll give away 100 XRP to somebody down inside the comment section of this video here on YouTube. EIGN, I'd wait for the weekly signal on that one down there at 50 cents. APT, we covered. USGO. USGO. Here we go. USGO. That one's red on the monthly, red on the weekly. I think the run in silver and gold, guys, is kind of had its big pump. Right now we're just kind of melting down. I don't like it. I don't like the play. I'd put a stop loss at $8.90 if you're still in it. ZBCN. ZBCN looks pretty good here. I would just wait for the signal there on the weekly. Turbo. Turbo looks good. It's got a green dot down here in November. I think Turbo is actually the same exact thing as Cetus is on the SUI network. I think that's the same project. If I'm mistaken, let me know. But it looks like a good double bottom here. But if I'm going to pick between Turbo and Cetus, I'm taking Cetus all day long. I think they're way more advanced and adopted than Turbo is. I would definitely take Cetus over that. But it is given a double bottom here right there at the 0.0013 level, and it's got a green dot here on the weekly. So as long as that level can hold, it looks good, but I would use a stop loss right there at 0.0013. If that level breaks or you get a red dot on the chart, I would sell it. Baidu. Baidu is pumping here. Got a weekly signal. That MACD I don't like too much. Monthly chart, pretty overextended. So how I'd play this is I'd put a stop loss at 116. 116 is that low right there. Okay, put the stop loss at 116 if you want to play it. I wouldn't buy it because it's too close to the red zone there on the daily. If you guys don't know what the red zone is, again, that free trading course will break it all down. But you could see clear resistance right here at 130. Okay, 130, resistance, resistance. We have to break out over that level for this to be bullish. I don't like how far up here the wave is on the daily. The weekly is giving you a signal, but I like the weekly dots when the wave is down here. I don't like to play the weekly dots up in this area. Sometimes they can turn out to be good signals, but they're much more accurate when you buy them with the wave down here. Because again, if you, I use the weekly fear and greed index. Okay, how I look at a fear and greed or treat this blue wave here is like a fear and greed index. People are fearful down here when the wave is down here, and they're greedy up here. Okay, fearful, right? Pullback, oh my God, it's over. The bull market's over. It's all going to zero, yada, yada, yada. Same thing here. It's all going to zero after a correction. Same thing today. It's all going to zero. But again, we trust the data. We don't care what Twitter says. We don't care what anybody else says. We trade the data. Okay, that's what we do here. We don't trade on other people's opinions or what Donald Trump is saying. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the data, okay, and the discipline to follow the data. Okay, Bitcoin looks fantastic here above 81. I said earlier this week, the bottom's in right here at 81. If I'm wrong, we got a stop loss right there at 80,000, right? It'll hit, your order will fill, and we'll continue on down. But as of right now, everything's telling me that the bottom's in here at these levels. For Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for XRP, for Chainlink, for pretty much every single name I've given you guys this week, it is time to load the boat. Okay, time to load the boat. Okay, if you guys agree with that, drop a down in the comments section below. I love you guys. Let's take some more here. Dust, DUST from our boy Jeff. And I just want to thank Jeff for everything he's doing in the Discord. He is a moderator. He's an admin. Freaking love that guy, man. He's been very helpful. Dust, I don't know if you're talking about a crypto or a stock here. The stock, I can't really tell you. Both of those, I'm guessing you're talking about the Dust. This is a gold miner ETF. Things just getting absolutely racked, which doesn't make... Oh, it's a bear ETF. So you're bearish on so this is like an inverse to those. It does have a green monthly. If you want to short gold, go ahead and buy this, but I wouldn't short something that's breaking out, making all-time highs here. XCN still has the weekly. So if you're holding XCN, this is another one I did a video on their staking platform. So you could see here, I'm earning around 5,000 XCN a day. I stake this and harvest it every day, meaning I take out my rewards and I put it back into the pot here. You can see I have almost over 6.4 million of these coins. So if this ever goes to $1, I'm going to make $6.4 million. But as I'm holding it, right, I'm earning 29% APY for staking it on their website. And the cool thing about XCN staking is I can take it out whenever I want. There's no cooldown period. I don't have to wait to unstake it. It's completely put it in, take it out whenever you want. and just earn, right? 5,000 a day. Imagine if XCN ever actually went to $1. Right now, as it stands, I'm earning $5,100 a day if it goes to $1. Now, this thing hit 5 cents here back in January. This is where I heard about XCN. But why wasn't I buying up here? Simply because the wave was way up here. We want to buy when the wave is down here. Okay, where's the wave right now? Down here. So we are loading up. And if you're buying XCN, you better figure out how to stake it over here. I did a whole video on it. You'll have to just scroll through. I call out all my trades over here in Overkill Trades. If you guys remember, you guys get access to this stuff. You can see we just took profits for about $5,000, 41% trade there on Donut. We've been holding that for probably 3 months. Cashed that out today. This was the Cetus video right here. If you guys want to learn about Cetus and how to stake it, that's the video you want to watch. But before that, it was right here. This will tell you how to stake Onyx, Onyx coin. My latest crypto trade right there in the Overkill Trade section right there. You guys can check that out. Super easy to do. All you need is a decentralized wallet. I use Phantom. I use the Phantom wallet. So it's very easy, very straightforward. And again, if you're just holding a coin and you can earn 29% for just holding it and you want to accumulate as much of it as possible, you should stake it. That's why I bought Polkadot the other day too, because Polkadot pays me to hold the project. So I really like it. I really like it down here at 0.005 again. This came to my attention up here. A lot of you guys in the Discord, I'm not going to mention any names, we're talking about it up here at 4 or 5 cents. No one's talking about it down here at 0.005. Why? Because it had a 90% drop. So when something drops 90% from the top, that's where I start licking my chops, okay? I'm like a freaking, I'm hungry. I want to own as much of it as possible when it's down 90% from the all-time high, especially if it's a good quality project that has a good following and, you know, it has some staying power. And not only that, pays you 29% just to hold it. So 29% a year, no matter what the chart does. I'm earning 29% in their coin, 5,000 a day. If it ever takes off, goes to $1, I'm going to be a happy man. Okay, and I'm probably going to give a lot of it back to you guys because I wouldn't know what XCN is if it wasn't for the Overkill Trading community. We have the best investing community online, folks. The best investing community online over here in Overkill Trade. Some of my best trades this year have come off of your guys' chart requests over here. Okay, some of the best trades of the year have come off your guys' chart requests. And I wouldn't know what XCN is if it wasn't for our community. And I'm just very grateful for all of you guys. Mara's still looking good. Doesn't have the weekly yet. It's red on the monthly, but it is trying to find a bounce here at around 10. I'm still holding mine as long as it holds on to that $10 level. We're building the base here. I think this one's next move's going to be up. You can see we bounced right down here at the bottom of the fib back here in April. The Fibonacci, if you guys don't know what the Fibonacci is, again, I have that free course over there. But ideally, there's zones when it comes to the Fibonacci, right? There's the bottom golden zone, there's the middle golden zone, and there's the red zone. Typically, what we want to do is we want to sell when price is in the red zone, and we want to buy when it's down here in the golden zone. You can see where it bounced here back at $12, $10, $12 to $10 is where it bounced when it hit that bottom of the fib. So I actually bought this one just because it hit that bottom of the fib. Normally, that's another really good spot to add to your position if you're bullish on the name. I like Mara. I think they own the most Bitcoin. So they're up there in the top 10 for the largest Bitcoin holders as institutions. And Mara is right up there with the big guys. And again, it hit 10 and it bounced. I'm up about 20% off the bounce. And we're waiting for it to retract up here to the red zone. Because again, our selling strategy is we sell a red dot. We want to sell a red dot in the red zone. Okay, up here, it hit 30 last time. That was back in November, about a year ago. And then it sold off for a year. Okay, we don't want to buy up here in the red zone. We want to buy down here in the gold zones because this is when no one's buying. Everyone's talking about Mara. Everyone's excited about it up here. No one cares about it down here, folks. That is psychology, market psychology 101. You got enthusiasm. You got delusion, right? XRP's going to 10,000 by the end of the year. Okay, everyone's excited, having a good time, really happy. No one's excited. No one's talking about it. Nobody cares. Okay, they call this phase right here the smart money phase. It's also called the stealth phase. Why is it called the stealth phase? It's because things are quiet, right? No one's really talking about it. Nobody cares. Nobody understands, right? And then when it goes up here, this is when everyone's jumping in. They're buying. They're excited. Oh, it's going to the moon. It's going to be the next Bitcoin, right? We don't want to buy when people are super happy and excited. If it sucks, if you see the chat, the chat in our Discord start turning negative and people are just getting nasty, bottom's in, okay? The bottom's in, okay? And you can also use things like the Fear and Greed Index. You come over here to coinmarketcap.com, okay? Fear and Greed. A good general rule for crypto is to buy when this number here is below 30, and it's sitting right at 30 here. Okay, and you can see we hit 10, literally hit 10 in November. We were calling that out. That was an all-time low for the Fear and Greed Index, meaning people were more fearful, more panicked than they ever have been in crypto history back there in November. That's when we bought the majority of our crypto. We rebought back in. So a good general rule with the coin market, this is just coinmarketcap.com. You guys can go to this site completely free, and all you got to do is go to the main page and look right up here at the Fear and Greed Index, okay? If that number is 30 or below, it's a good time to buy crypto. If it's up here at 60 or above, it's a good time to sell crypto. And right now, we're sitting literally right at 30. So I still think it's early. I still think it's a good time. And I do think we're going to see all-time highs here for some of these projects coming in 2026. So we're preparing now. We're not going to wait till we're already at all-time highs to buy. Okay, altcoin season to me is now. You're not seeing the 20, 30, 40, 50% moves every day. But in my opinion, altcoin season is when it's a good time to buy altcoins. Right? Everyone thinks about it differently. Everyone thinks it's a good time to buy when things are going straight up. No, it's good to buy when something looks like this, when it's just flushed everybody out, right? I mean, this thing went from $24 to $10. Somebody was buying Mara here, okay? Because you can't sell unless somebody's buying. So somebody bought here and got caught holding the bag. If your portfolio goes down from 24 all the way down to 10, and again, I'm not laughing at this because I've had to sit through trades like this before. That's a 57% drop, okay? That is what we call despair, okay? If you put in $10,000 up here and you lose 60%, you lost $6,000. You now have $4,000, okay? And that's where the emotions kick in and people are like, oh, I just better sell it now and give up, right? Or you could just simply buy more down here, okay? Or just hold and wait till it comes back up here. It might take 1 to 6 months, but that's our target, okay? Typically, our time frame for trading is 1 to 6 months, okay? We're not day trading. We're not trying to get rich quick. We're simply just using the data, okay? And we can look at the data and say, every time Mara comes up here in here to the red zone, right here, right here, right here, right here, we almost touched it there, right here, it's a good time to sell. Because after the selling opportunity comes the drawdown. And again, we're at the end of the drawdown, in my opinion. I think Mara is right here in the stealth phase. Okay, right there. What else we got? We got CRM and GPQ or GPK. Wow, CRM is taking off here. We called this one out back here in August off the gold dot. See 230. It's up at 270 now. Looking good. Okay, it's getting a little overextended there on the daily. It does have resistance right here. So when I talk about resistance, I'm talking about the price level where we got rejected last time. So you can see right there at 266.89, we got rejected right there at back in October, and then we sailed on down. Okay, if you bought this last green dot right here at 225, you made about, I don't know, 20 to about 20% on your trade. So if you're up 20%, not a bad place to maybe trim some just based on how high the daily is. Let's look at the weekly. The weekly's pointing straight up too. So if this thing could break out over, I'm going to say 270, it looks good. Looks like that monthly dot's going to come here pretty soon too. So I still like CRM. I would look to add on these daily dots. Hopefully you added right there November 24th at 225. But if that could break over 270, that's gonna go for a ride. And GPK is just a falling knife. I don't know what this thing does, but I would wait for the monthly alert on GPK. And that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm going to do my best to get on tomorrow and drop another video. We're just going to keep on knocking out these chart requests. If you guys need anything, just hit me up over here in the Discord underneath the support chat. My email is also over here in the Discord under the trading indicator tab. You guys can shoot me an email if you got questions about the indicator or any charts or anything you're seeing. Feel free to reach out. I'm here to help you guys. And with that being said, God bless you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow. If not, we'll see you next week. Again, the wife and I are traveling. If you haven't liked the video yet, get that thing up to 300 likes, and I will choose someone from the comment section of this video on YouTube and give away 100 XRP. Once again, God bless you guys, and we'll see you soon.